Hello everyone, my name is Mahadevan Iyer and I am a data engineer at Edend Analytics. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can resume all your SQL pools in your resource group by using Azure Automation and PowerShell. In the last tutorial, we saw how we can pause all the SQL pools using the same resources, which is Azure Automation and PowerShell. So in this tutorial, we'll resume all the SQL pools. So let's get started. So we in the last tutorial we had created an automation resource, Azure Automation resource, and we had created a runbook to pause all the data warehouses. Now we'll create a runbook to resume all the data warehouses. Resource type will be PowerShell, and write a short description if you want and create. As I've already created a runbook named resume all data warehouse, I won't be creating it again. Just click on this runbook, click on edit, and we need to paste a script over here. The script can be found on my GitHub repository. This second one, resume all data warehouses. Just copy the script and paste it over here. In the same manner as we saw in the last tutorial, we need to mention our subscription name over here. Let's go over the script once more. Same as in the last tutorial, first we'll loop through all the Synapse workspace in our resource group. We'll see if any Synapse SQL pool is turned off in this case, and if it's turned off, we'll resume it. We'll resume the SQL pool, Synapse SQL pool, and same goes for the dedicated SQL pool that we had created using Azure Portal. We'll look for all the servers in the resource group, see if any SQL pool is hosted on that server, and see if any of those pools are switched off or turned off, and we'll turn it on again using this script. So just publish it. As I've already published it, I'll revert it, and as you can see, both of my SQL pools are turned off. And after running this script, you don't need to specify the subscription name if you have mentioned it in the script earlier. Just press OK, and we'll wait for a few minutes for the script to turn the SQL pools. So after running this script, we see that the script has parsed all the Synapse resource in our resource group and searched for any SQL pool, Synapse SQL pool. It has found one Synapse SQL pool with status paused. So it's resuming that Synapse SQL pool, and it has resumed the Synapse SQL pool in 2 minutes. And the next step would be to resume the dedicated SQL pool. It has found a server in which a SQL pool is hosted, and in the resource group Edend dev, the status was initially paused, and the script has resumed the SQL pool in 2 minutes and 1 second. So let's see if it has worked. Yeah, so both the SQL pools are now turned on. So now the next step in this tutorial would be to create a schedule to automatically pause and resume a SQL pool. So let's get started on that. So I've already created a schedule at 8 p.m. every day to auto shut all my SQL pools. I'll create another schedule to resume SQL pool at 8 a.m. every day at Indian time zone. So let's make it recurring. I need this to work every day. Let's not create and set an expiration date, and let's create a schedule. Now as this schedule is created, let's link the runbook to this schedule. So resume data warehouse, link to schedule. You'll see a button over here, schedule. So you can also create a new schedule from here, but I have already created a schedule from the menu, and I'll link it to this runbook. You don't need to configure any parameter, as you have already mentioned the default parameter, which is the subscription name, in the script itself. So you don't need to worry about this, and just click on OK. So now this runbook is linked to the schedule, and it will run at every day at 8 a.m. So let's see this. Yeah, so schedules. So at daily at 8 a.m. the SQL pools will be turned on, and daily at 8 p.m. the SQL pool will be shut turned off. So now that we have created a schedule, we may also want to create an alert in case the schedule fails. So let's do that. Go to alerts in the menu. Let's create a new alert rule. So the condition, here we have to specify at in what conditions the alert needs to be fired. So we'll use the metric total jobs, as in total jobs failed. So we'll use the dimension. First we have to use the specify the runbook name. So in this case I'll pause all DW. So these are the two runbooks, and I'll set this alert for pause all DW runbook, and set dimension status, add custom value. So if this runbook is failed, if the schedule fails, that's the condition. We want our alert monitoring system to fire an alert. So in the alert logic, we need to specify the threshold value, that is 0. If the status is failed more than 0 times, then we need to fire an alert. So the we need this to run every 1 hour. You can set it as per your convenience. Frequency of evaluation every hour. Done. You also need an action group. After creating a condition on when the alert should be fired, we need to specify an action group. So I have already created an action group. You can also create a new action group over here, where you have to specify the mail ID of the person whom the alert will be sent in case the schedule fails. So I'll click on this action group, and I'll select, and I'll specify a action rule alert rule name, and I'll specify a brief description, and also specify a severity level, and I'll create the alert rule. I had already created an alert rule earlier, so let's see that. So this DW pausing fails alert will alert me on my email if the schedule fails to run any day, and I'll get a notification. So you are now set. Your data warehouse or SQL pool will be stopped at 8 p.m. every day. If some error happens, you'll receive an alert on your email. Thank you for watching.